All right, I'm gonna give this a shot, but I'm gonna tell you guys up front, I have never taught a class, um, so I may do this wrong. It may not be professional, it's just me doing my thing. But anyway, I am going to make a lemon pudding similar to my banana pudding cake puck, and we're gonna start with, this is a no-bake one because Walmart to the rescue. This is their market side Meyer lemon cake, and I have washed my hands. They're all completely clean. I'm just not really a glove person, so just know that. But I did wash them. And this is gonna be me doing it all right here, and I've got like 3-minute increments to do this in because I'm using Snapchat because I have body dysmorphia. I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway. Cake. And it goes, bam. And then I don't know what the actual name for this is. It's a meat thing. You use it to mash up your meat. It's a meat masher. Like when I was a kid, we had a potato masher for making mashed potatoes. Well, this is a meat masher. So I'm gonna mash up the cake stuff really good. And it did have a little bit of like a Meyer lemon creamy drizzle, something or other on top of it. It's not enough to keep this moist, so, but it gives it a nice little kick of flavor. And so I'm just gonna mash, mash, mash. And this is also not where I normally do this, so it's gonna make extra sounds because it's not really set up for this. It's a glass top desk. But my kitchen is a disaster because I have a 5-year-old. All right, so there's that. Here's the hard part. I shop at Kroger. This is Kroger brand. They're lemon wafers. I mean, maybe if I have to, I could go and buy like a case of them for anybody who wants to get in on this somewhere else that doesn't have a Kroger. I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna use now. I guess you could use Nilla wafers and it would probably still have the same effect. I don't know how lemony these are. Lightly lemony, that's the thing. And normally I'll do this in like a Ziploc bag, but I'm just gonna crush them up a little bit. Just like you would for a banana pudding. This is definitely not the best way to do this. It is what it is. Live and learn, right? You live and learn. You just experiment. All right, so we're just gonna, crush up a good amount. And you don't have to be too fine with it because your little meat masher is gonna crush it a little bit more anyways. I would say I've used about, I don't know, maybe 20 of these cookies. I am not very good at measuring things. I'm sorry, folks. I measure with my heart. Not actually southern, but I've lived here for 20 years, so I guess that's sort of southern. Actually, what it is a damn Yankee because I came from New York and I never went back. All right, so in here I've got, I know it looks crazy, actually, I wonder. It doesn't bloop. Okay, so this is lemon pudding and 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and I whipped it all up and then I let it sit for about, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. So I'm just gonna start by, look at how thick this is. Oh, that's so awesome. Bloop. I think that's about half of it so far. About half of it. And I'm just gonna mash it in. I'm gonna end up using the whole thing probably. And if this is too much lemon for you, like if you think, wow, that is a lot of lemon, Jennifer, then use some white frosting with it also. Just some plain white frosting, but to me, honestly, the white frosting is sweeter. So I don't like to use a lot of frosting. I like to, I don't want to say dull it down because honestly, if I'm mixing frosting with some not peanut butter, some marshmallow fluff, is that really dulling it down? I don't think so. I think it's just giving it a different flavor. I used to get a frosting called Fluffy Frosting when I made my oatmeal cream pies, because I used to make those by hand, but I found that the fluffy frosting was absolutely delicious. It was a marshmallow frosting, but they've discontinued it. So I was like, all right, frosting plus fluff. Sounds like it would make a marshmallow frosting, right? All right, I don't know if you can tell how it's coming together. It's still a little crumbly, but there's like pockets. There's pockets of pudding, which is what you want. So I'm gonna add a little bit more and I'll come back in a minute. All right, so I'm putting in about another fourth, because honestly, I wanna eat that. Will I get in trouble for this? I'm not gonna, I mean, how can I do this? How can I eat this without touching it? Without touching my finger. I'm gonna put it there. You can't see it, it's like on something. I'm just gonna, nah, I'm not, I'll wait till later. I'll wait till later. It's really hard though, because it smells so good. I'm gonna put a little more pudding stuff in here. And alternatively, if you're happy with it before you get to this point, you could like put a little bit of this mixture into your puck mold and then put like a dollop of that and then put a little bit more in there, so you got like a little bit of a middle. Actually, I'll try that. I forgot a cookie scoop. Good old cookie scoop. Got a cookie scoop, so I'm just gonna grab a scoopful. This is how I do it. I'm gonna angle my phone down so you can see this part better, and then maybe have some better lighting. So bye for now. All right, so maybe it's better lighting. All right, just gonna put that in there. I am purposefully getting some bits that have more of the pudding in it, so I'll do that in adding, when I add some more of that in. Just not all of it, because I really do want to eat some of it. It smells so good. Also, my eldest daughter is like on her way home right now, so hopefully that doesn't interfere here, but it's entirely possible that it will. I'm gonna just use this, smush it down some. Put the extra back in. And actually, I'm gonna show you something else. See, it's pretty moist. Just so you know, it is pretty moist. This comes with your set, the Benti cake set. This is a scraper, and it is pretty much perfect for this. Get you a nice little, now I'm running into cookie bits, so that's why it's not going evenly. I'm gonna fill that part in. And then I freeze all of mine, so I get these at the Dollar Tree, and there's several different versions of this, but they're all a small little box of parchment papers, and I just doop a doop, and that one's ready to go in the freezer. And I think I have some in the freezer. I can actually show you what the next step is in just a minute, so I'm gonna do up another little tray of these. I could probably do a live with me doing this too. All right, so almost done with the second one. I think this is gonna end up being a gimme recipe, because if I post this to show you guys how to do this, then you're seeing how to make this recipe. So lucky you, lucky you. Yeah, this table is really not good for this. It's just shaking everywhere. This one definitely has too much. Now we need some more. It's very wet. Now you might be thinking, Jennifer, that is really, it's really wet. Trust me, doesn't matter. My customers love my banana pudding one that's like this. They just love it. It's great. So I'm gonna finish, there we go. I'm gonna finish pucking these all up. Man, I'm bad at this. I'm gonna finish pucking all of these up, and then I'm gonna check my freezer. I know I have something in there that I can show you how to dip also. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, so I have made all of those pucks. It actually made 6 trays, so 36 pucks. And I did a little research while I was getting all that together for you guys. The total cost of just those ingredients, not the chocolate to dip in, but just those 4 ingredients. So the cookies, the cake, the lemon pudding, and the heavy whipping cream. Approximately $16. 36 pucks, 44 cents each. Now that doesn't include your overhead, the electricity you're using, the water you use, the gas you use, the little papers that you use, the whatever. It doesn't include any of that. That's just strictly your ingredients, 44 cents so far. So I pulled out these ones out of my freezer, which I can dip. This is actually the free recipe I just posted this week. This is my over-the-top funfetti. So here they are in the cake puck mold. These have been in my freezer, I don't know, maybe 4 days now, but they're good in the freezer for up to 3 months. So they've been in the freezer. I pulled them out, still frozen. You can hear that, like, they're hard. They're hard. Anyways, so normally what I will do when I pull them out is I get myself a Ziploc freezer bag, and then I write on it what it is. So funfetti. And then today's date, so 7/7. Just so I know how long they've been in there for. I do end up throwing out ones if I'm just not paying attention. I have thrown out dough before because I've mixed up dough and then not been able to actually puck it. So I've had to throw out dough before, which is a very sad thing for me, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna pull all these out and then I'm gonna go melt some almond bark. I'll show you what I use. I use vanilla almond bark from Walmart. This is 1.5 pounds. So this is my favorite, and I put, I don't know, like 9 chunks of these into, I'll show you what I use. One of these little containers. It's a, I don't know how many ounces it is. It's a little container. I bought them on Amazon, and I just put these in the microwave for a minute, mix it up a little bit, put it back in for another minute, and then add about a teaspoon of Crisco, and then mix it really good so it's nice and pourable. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back. This is a little freebie on here. I'm gonna show you guys how I do this. So this is my little white box, whatever you wanna call it. So this is what I use to take my pictures, and I get really close, and I take a picture, and here comes my coffee girl. Yay for allergies. Okay, so I've got my almond bark melted. It's nice and liquidy. So one thing I do for these ones, this is the bigger Benti Cakes mold. It does not have any writing on it. That's how you know. This is the outside one, and this is the little tray that you get to. And I like that so I can tap, 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 which may not work out so great on the surface, but we'll see what happens. For my funfetti ones, I like to kind of cheat, and so I'll take sprinkles and put them in the bottom mold as kind of the decoration, so I don't have to do more. But I mean, you can obviously decorate however you see fit. This is just my cheat. And you can obviously put as many or as little as you want, so I'm gonna bring this down. That's what you got going on there. And then this little guy, because you're gonna see me using him, he is some kind of an appetizer pick. I've had it for like, I don't know, 10 years. But I like that he's like flat on top. I use him to push the pucks down. For putting in your chocolate, if you've never done this before, it's about 2 tablespoons. I have done this enough times that I'm fairly decent at eyeballing it, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. Now, I also have gotten to the point where I'm pretty quick at this, so I will do all 6 of them at once. But I would definitely say when you're starting, do 1 at a time. Because there's a lot that can not go the way you want it to. Like putting in too much chocolate, which I may have in that one. That can happen. So tap it a little bit to get any air bubbles out. And grab a couple more scrapers. And in we go. He's basically centered. I don't know, can you see? There's a little bit of space all the way around, but I'm gonna push him down. The chocolate comes all the way up around it. And again, this is one of those things you'll get a feel for it, but I don't know how well you can tell, but there's maybe about 1/4 of an inch of space there. This is really a bad thing to do this on. I would much rather have to add a little bit on than to have to take a little bit off. I'm so sorry about that sound. But I don't know if you can see this, but there's like little air bubbles. Okay, so there were some little air bubbles. I had to pop them real quick because I didn't want to let them set, but like this one's got a little air bubble. I should take the little guy and just pop it. Yeah, this one, like I said, I thought that this one might have a little bit too much chocolate. I think I'm right. So I'm just gonna scrape like this. And scrape it over into this guy. For now anyways. If I have to scrape it all off at the end, that's fine. There we go. Now if you put your pucks in like all at once, like when you put your chocolate in, that's a bad idea because the coldness of it is gonna set the bottom portion and then it won't come up around it like this. So that I learned the hard way. Don't do that. You can put your chocolate in, but once you put that cold puck in there, all bets are off. And I do mine completely frozen all the time. Like it's starting to thaw out now, but, and I know I made a mistake on that one. I'm not too worried about it because these ones are probably going to be for us anyways. When I have too much, just take 2 scrapers. Make sure I go all the way around it, get everything I need to. And then onto the scraper and back into the bowl. Now, if you're gonna be doing a lot of these, then I'll use those same little papers again. I'm just gonna reuse the ones I had earlier. I'm gonna put them on top and into the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. It probably doesn't even need 10 minutes, but 10 minutes is what I'm gonna do. Maybe less, we'll see. Okay, so I'm back. Lights are on because it's 4 hours later. I got distracted by family, and so I didn't quickly get the chocolates out like I planned to. But anyway, actually because of that, I'm gonna show you. So 4 hours is how long these guys have been in the freezer. I don't usually take them out this early because usually I've got other things going on, but so here they are, still in their mold. And let's see. There you have it. And it's hard. I mean, there's a little bit of give to it, but it's hard. So I could technically dip these right now, but it is 10 o'clock at night, so that's not happening. But I wanted to show you that after 4 hours, this one is definitely done. I'm gonna put that one back in the freezer in a second, but we also have the Funfetti ones. So they are in this mold, and I'm gonna try to do this while standing up. I can't attest to how well this is gonna work out, but I'm gonna go with this guy. Somebody said it earlier, I'm not perfect. No, I'm messy. There you go. It's got cute little sprinkles all the way around it. So you could technically drizzle some pretty bright colored chocolate on there and add some more sprinkles, but honestly, this little guy, he's pretty cute. Let me see if I have a knife. Do I have a knife? I don't have a knife, and I hate cold chocolate. Like, I want my chocolate to sit on the counter for about an hour before I bite into it. But little marshmallows, chocolate chips, sprinkles, all the good things. And it did look, it cracked it. You should crack. And cracked it on top too. But there you have it. Confetti. Go forth and puck. Sorry. Bye.